While the whole world was thinking about Tesla and BYD debating who would dominate the EV market, no one expected this. Every news outlet, every expert was asking the same question: Tesla or BYD? Who is the next EV king? Meanwhile, hidden in Russia, a small automaker was building something that shook the debate to the core. No flashy announcements, no hyperbole. Just quietly, in the cold Russian weather, a fire smolders. Meet the Moskvitch 3E. When you think of Russia's auto industry, you might picture it as a country stuck in the past with outdated technology, a country where cars like the Lada were commonplace. Most people assumed that Russia was miles behind in the EV race, but Moskvitch proved something important. Real game changers don't need to shout. In the final months of 2022, while the world was debating Tesla's glitchy autopilot features and BYD was showing off its battery innovation posters, Moskvitch quietly revamped an old Renault plant. Their goal was to create an EV that was not only affordable, but also incredibly robust, something that would stun the world and grab attention. And thus the Moskvitch 3E was born, an electric SUV with a Russian soul. This thing is built like a tank, simple, robust, and hassle-free. The Moskvitch 3E is no ordinary EV. It's a solid electric SUV with 55 kilowatt-hour or 66 kilowatt-hour battery options. Charge it once, and you'll comfortably travel 400 to 500 kilometers. While the world sees EVs as city vehicles only, the Moskvitch 3E boldly declares, "I'm built for long distances." Its looks are no less impressive. Sharp headlights, wide stance, and a design that rivals any European SUV. No ultra-tech gimmicks, just raw, real power. The Moskvitch 3E has features that have shaken up the entire market. The first standout is its unique balance of price and range. While cars like the Tesla Model 3 and BYD Dolphin sell for millions of rupees and still face scrutiny over their range, the Moskvitch 3E promises reliability and distance at an affordable price, exactly what the average customer values most. It proves you don't need to empty your pockets for impressive range. While big companies inflate prices with fancy features, Moskvitch zeroes in on the core need every customer holds dear: a long journey without stopping midway. The second major strength of the Moskvitch 3E is its simple yet robust technology. This car doesn't rely on flashy, high-tech features designed just for show. Everything it offers, be it the motor system, battery pack, or minimalist interior design, is built with durability and reliability in mind. Moskvitch understands that true innovation doesn't come from dazzling screens or gimmicky drones, but from the kind of strength that proves itself on the road day after day. The third factor that sets the Moskvitch 3E apart is its Russian toughness. This car is engineered for harsh conditions, where roads are unforgiving, weather is brutal, and challenges lurk at every turn. Whether it's icy streets, sub-zero temperatures, or rugged terrain, the Moskvitch 3E keeps going. Its resilience is born from a land where endurance is a way of life. And finally, but no less significant, is its rapid production. While EV manufacturing in much of the world remains a game of high-end labs and billion-dollar funding, Moskvitch has shown that you can produce top-quality vehicles without excessive noise or grandiose claims. They've proven that the EV revolution doesn't just come from Silicon Valley or Shanghai. Moscow's streets can spark a new wave that reshapes the entire market. Alarm bells are truly ringing for giants like Tesla and BYD. Until now, every startup that tried to challenge Tesla either stumbled over their own mistakes or got lost in the fierce competition of the market. Some made bold claims, others poured in billions of dollars, but most fizzled out. On the other hand, BYD did change the game with its battery technology, stunning the world with innovations like the Blade battery. But their cars still aren't affordable. Their prices remain out of reach for the average person. Amid all the noise and hype, no one really saw this coming. The Moskvitch 3e has suddenly stepped into the spotlight as a serious contender, going straight for the holy trinity of car buying, price, performance, and reliability. While Tesla keeps doubling down on its pricey autopilot features, self-driving packages, and flashy high-tech add-ons, things that mostly cater to the wealthier crowd, there's a huge part of the world that still just wants something simple, a car that's dependable, solid, and doesn't break the bank. And that's exactly where the Moskvitch 3e makes its boldest move. It doesn't overpromise or get lost in buzzwords. It speaks plainly, like it's saying, hey, if you want a tough, trustworthy, and affordable EV, I've got you. BYD, of course, has built its reputation on its top-notch battery tech, shorter charging times, longer ranges. But now, Moskvitch is stepping up with battery options that are both budget-friendly and impressively long-range. It's finding that sweet spot even BYD might struggle to compete with. And here's the thing. Drivers now have an option that gives them what used to come with a luxury price tag, but at a much more reasonable cost. That's why industry insiders are raising eyebrows. They're calling the Moskvitch 3e a real wake-up call for the EV world. A clear warning shot to Tesla, BYD, and anyone else who's gotten too comfortable at the top. If they don't adapt, they might just find themselves scrambling to hold onto their thrones, because that dream of owning a reliable, strong, and affordable EV, it's not a fantasy anymore. It's happening in Russia. Moskvitch 3e, the game-changing formula hiding in plain sight. Its true strength isn't in big headlines or flashy features. It's in how simple and thoughtful the whole thing is. While the rest of the industry was busy chasing moonshot ideas like the Hyperloop, self-driving cars, or connecting your EV to a satellite, Moskvitch was asking a much more down-to-earth question. What does the average person actually need from an electric car? And when they really dug into that, the answer was obvious. People want something reliable, something they can count on in any weather, on any road. They want a car that's easy and affordable to maintain, one that won't break down in a snowstorm, overheat in summer, or struggle in rough traffic. And most of all, they want an EV that won't wreck their finances. The Moskvitch 3e is a direct, no-nonsense response to all of that. It doesn't try to wow you with over-the-top features. Instead, it focuses on doing the basics really well. You can see that in the specs. There are two battery pack options, 55 kilowatt-hours and 66 kilowatt-hours, giving you a solid range of 400 to 500 kilometers. That's already above what some major brands still brag about with their 300-kilometer offerings. Charging? No problem. Thanks to DC fast charging, you can go from 0 to 80% in just 30 minutes. So yeah, long road trips don't mean long pit stops anymore. And let's talk performance. This thing comes with a 193 horsepower electric motor that delivers instant torque. Forget the old stereotype of EVs being slow and boring. The Moskvitch 3e hits 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 8 seconds, putting it right up there with some of the sportier European models. On the design front, the Moskvitch 3e makes no compromises with its SUV form factor. It offers high ground clearance, a bold stance, and a modern angular design that not only looks tough, but commands a strong presence on the road. This car makes it clear that its identity lies in strength and confidence, not in showiness. When it comes to safety, the Moskvitch 3E leaves no stone unturned. It comes equipped with standard safety features like ABS, EBD, multiple airbags, and traction control, making it reliable even in tough conditions. Most importantly, the Moskvitch 3E has transformed the EV from a status symbol into a trusted companion for the common person. While cars like the Tesla Model 3 and BYD Seal come with cutting-edge features and hefty price tags, the Moskvitch 3E has elegantly captured a truth that bigger companies forgot. Customers want a reliable journey, not a burden of fancy promises. This car doesn't have flashy auto park systems or gimmicks floating in the air. What it does have is real, robust, and built with actual needs in mind. The Moskvitch 3E is a boon for everyone seeking true balance in the EV world. High performance at a low price, and depth in simplicity, and genuine reliability beyond superficial flash. This is why the Moskvitch 3E has become a new wave, one that could force even the biggest names in the EV industry to rethink their strategies. There is a big stir going on in the EV market. The EV market is buzzing with excitement today, and it's not just about technology or design, it's about the future of the entire industry. The EV market has clearly split into two camps. On one side are companies focused solely on luxury electric cars, vehicles packed with high-tech features, priced in the millions and built for the wealthy elite. On the other side are companies trying to bring EVs to the masses, but they often miss the mark on true balance. Some compromise on quality, while others inflate prices. But the Moskvitch 3E has completely changed the game. It has beautifully struck a balance between luxury and mass adoption. The Moskvitch 3E is not only affordable, but also sturdy and modern. Its strength, durable build, and budget-friendly price combine to create a package that's increasingly hard to ignore. This is why analysts are now openly saying that if Moskvitch scales its production effectively and smartly expands international exports, this single car could reshape the dynamics of the entire EV industry in emerging markets like India, Africa, South America, and Eastern Europe, where demand for vehicles like the Moskvitch 3E could skyrocket. The car perfectly aligns with local needs. If seized correctly, this opportunity could pose a genuine threat to giants like Tesla and BYD. Consider this. While companies like Tesla sell even their base model cars for 40 to 50 lakh rupees and BYD's mid-range EVs go for over 30 lakh, the Moskvitch 3E offers an SUV-sized vehicle with over 400 kilometers of range and Russian durability for around 20 lakh. When an average customer is given the choice between spending a fortune on an expensive car or getting a reliable, robust, long-range EV at half the price, will they rush toward the pricier brands? Probably not. This is the real danger. This is the fundamental shift that's starting to take shape. Tesla and BYD will now have to compete not just on technology, but also on the balance of price and utility. When affordability and reliability come together in a market, customers don't fall for flashy brand promises. They look at the real value of the product. Moskvitch 3E has cleverly tapped into this psychology, and that's why it's quietly becoming a rising storm. In the years to come, when the history of the EV market is rewritten, the Moskvitch 3E will be remembered as the name that ushered in an era of affordable, sturdy, and reliable electric vehicles. Russia announces its withdrawal, but this time not from a war or a deal. It's stepping into something else entirely. The Moskvitch 3E isn't just a car. It's a message a quiet but unmistakable statement from Russia to the rest of the world. You underestimated us, and now we're proving you wrong. No big press events, no over-the-top hype, just a product that speaks for itself. While other countries were busy showing off futuristic concept cars and dazzling EV prototypes, Russia was quietly getting to work, repurposing old factories, refining practical designs, and building something solid from the ground up. The result? A vehicle that doesn't just participate in the EV race, it changes the conversation. The Moskvitch 3E is the product of that quiet storm. If you're looking for a comparison, think of it like the Kalashnikov of electric vehicles: simple, dependable, powerful. Built not for glitz and glamour, but to last, to earn its reputation, not ask for it. This isn't just about engineering, it's about resilience. It's become a symbol of Russia's ability to stand on its own. After the Ukraine war, sanctions hit hard. Major automakers and tech giants pulled out. Everyone assumed Russia's industry would collapse, especially in high-tech sectors. But instead of folding, Russia turned the pressure into fuel. It pushed forward, relying on local resources, internal talent, and grit. And out of that storm came the Moskvitch 3E, a silent but bold entrance into the EV market that says loud and clear, never count us out. This is more than just a new car hitting the streets. It's a challenge, a declaration that the future of electric vehicles isn't owned by just a few Western companies. The race is now wide open, and Russia is running it on its own terms. The Moskvitch 3E marks a turning point, not just because it's affordable and reliable, but because it shows that Russia is moving toward full tech independence. It's no longer just trying to catch up. It's ready to compete, to lead. This isn't just about transportation, it's about a mindset, one that believes rugged, durable, and cost-effective electric vehicles should be for everyone, not just luxury buyers or tech enthusiasts. And that mindset, Russia is proving it can deliver. Industry analysts who once ignored Russia's role in the EV space are starting to pay attention, because the Moskvitch 3E isn't just turning heads, it's shifting perspectives. It's a reminder that innovation doesn't only come from Silicon Valley or Shenzhen. Sometimes it comes from where you least expect it, born in hardship, but driven by determination. And when the story of the global EV revolution is told, when people look back and ask who really helped shape its direction, they won't just remember the Teslas or the BYDs. They'll remember that in one of its most challenging moments, Russia quietly rolled out a car that changed the game. When you take a look at the global EV market right now, it's honestly pretty fascinating. Tesla is still the top dog, especially in places like the US and Europe. Thanks to Elon Musk, the company built up a massive brand image early on. And it's more than just a car maker now. Tesla has become this symbol of cutting-edge tech and innovation. With popular models like the Model 3 and Model Y, it's managed to become the world's biggest EV manufacturer. But here's the thing, its dominance is mostly in the premium space. Now, on the other side of the world, BYD has been making serious moves, kind of under the radar, but moving fast. In China, it's already taken over the mid and lower-end EV market, becoming the country's biggest EV brand. And it's not stopping there. BYD's expanding into Europe, Asia, and even South America. Other automakers are joining the race too. Brands like Hyundai, Kia, and Volkswagen are stepping on the accelerator. But let's be real, they're still not quite on the same level as Tesla and BYD. Hyundai and Kia have jumped in with more budget-friendly options, while Volkswagen is pushing hard in Europe with its ID lineup. Meanwhile, several other Chinese brands like NIO, Xpeng, and Geely are starting to make moves beyond China. They're still in the early stages globally, but the ambition is clearly there. And then there's an interesting new player quietly entering the scene, the Moskvitch 3E. If Russia can pull off a solid international launch, this one could shake things up, especially in the affordable, tough, and reliable EV segment. The global EV landscape is evolving fast. These days, it's not just about brand names anymore. Consumers are getting smarter. They want real value. It's about who can offer the right mix of affordability, reliability, and availability. That's going to be the winning formula. Sure, Tesla and BYD still have a strong hold on the market, but if the new players make the right moves, the entire EV game could look very different in just a few years.